And let's give it a moment here. We're looking green there, looking green here. Video?
Video.
We have video. Welcome
intro
to
video.
Oh, we're past that.
No, start the intro video.
Start the intro video?
Hang on. We're starting our intro video.
I think I can do it.
You can do it.
And then do this. And
then mute us out.
See, I don't want to mess it up, though.
Oh, yeah. Look, we look so good.
I kind of like the commentary in the background while we're watching the...
little yipping dog.
Yeah, yapping dog in the background.
I always like that.
Doing the robot.
It's the robot. Yeah, it's this weird robot intro that we have.
All right. Great. So let's cut that. And back to us here. Whoa. The what is it? The magic of video. Welcome to the Barrel Buddies. I'm James.
And I'm BJ.
I thought you were supposed to say I'm Zach.
No, Zach was supposed to say I'm Zach, but there is no Zach tonight.
All right, it's just the two of us. You get a twofer tonight.
Just the two of us.
You and I. Sub 1000, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good to see ya.
And welcome back to your weekly whiskey, wine, bourbon, and barrel pick podcast where we try it before you buy it. And we're going to tell you all about tonight's special pick, which is Old Elk Part D.
Well, what did we do last week?
We did Old Elk Part E.
Okay, and...
Well, you just asked the question.
All right,
what was it?
We had the straight blended, or the blended straight Old Elk.
We had the entry level straight offering Old Elk. Remember, it was something inapproachable.
Smooth and approachable?
Smooth and approachable. Thank you.
Smooth and approachable.
Smooth and approachable.
And that's exactly what it is, right? It was smooth and approachable.
Yep.
And like for the price point and
$40.
What they were trying to do, it was executed appropriately.
But tonight
we're amping it up. We're ramping it up.
Oh,
Redbeard. Redbeard, long time no see. It seems like I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
What up, Redbeard?
Yeah, good to see you.
This is Old Elk Wheated Bourbon.
What was that?
The wheated? The wheated bourbon.
Wheated.
But not only is this the Old Elk Wheated Bourbon, this is a very, very special Whiskey Slickers barrel pick.
Oh, shout out to Mary and company at the Whiskey Slickers.
What up, Mary?
This is their group pick, their Facebook Whiskey Slickers group pick.
Bottle 29 out of 180.
Ooh, it's a low bottle
And this is
count.
called Kanye is a hay fish. Because he's been in the news so much we couldn't not talk about how much Kanye likes fish sticks.
Would you like to Vanna that in lieu of Zach's absence?
I'd love to.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. This is quite the... We need that music. The... Ba, 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 ba. Oh, that looks great. Little Greg Metz on there. And look, we got a little Whiskey Slickers sticker. And what's that coming in at? Give us the stats at the bottom there.
This is the Whiskey Slickers 58.05%. This is 116 proof.
Damn, boy.
Well, hold on. I got to show you the best part about this.
What's the best part? Obviously, the sticker.
Their sticker.
Okay. That sticker is probably one of the best stickers I've seen. There we go. That is a great sticker on the back there.
It's so great.
Hey, fish. Uncle Punky, how's it going? Welcome.
If you're a fan of the song, as I am,
I'm a big fan.
just remember,
Let's see if we can get in focus here.
There it is.
Perfect.
He can rub that caudal fin for hours.
Ridiculous. Anyway.
Shout out to Matt Stone and Trey Parker, wherever you are.
So why don't we talk a little bit about this? So their wheated bourbon, what makes it different from their straight is that this one, they went kind of bananas with the wheat. And they didn't add bananas. They just went crazy with it. So this is 51% corn on the mash bill, 45% wheat, and 4% malted barley. Huge difference from the rye and barley from last week.
I was going to say, their normal mash bill, if you'll remember from last week, 51% corn, something like 30% malted barley.
Right.
And then the rest was rye. That's not right. It's like 15% rye.
Yeah.
And 51% corn. And then the rest was malted barley. It was still a very high percentage, like 26, 27%. So it's a really large amount of malted barley that they do.
My apologies. There it is. 51 corn, 15 rye, 34 barley.
Oh, I wasn't far off with 30%.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
I was pretty close.
Yeah.
So to add,
and that was
40%?
44. Yeah, that was 44%, 88 proof.
Wow.
I think. Yeah, it was a big wow.
This is a big punch. This is a big punch up from what we were drinking last week, which we knew this was going to be huge and big and huge.
Ooh, big and huge.
Which is what I was looking forward to. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Old Elk team because they hit us up on our socials last week after we posted.
Right on.
So thank you, Old Elk. And thanks for being good sports with us as as we're out there exploring the world of bourbon, whiskey, and barrel-aged products. And being a good sport as we're, telling it like it is and trying some stuff out.
Yeah.
And listen, we were pretty honest with our review of regular Old Elk last week.
And I don't think we shit on it under any circumstance, right? I thought that it's middle of the road, right? And I think that's the point.
For a $40 middle of the road, very approachable, great intro. I thought it was a great intro. Like I said, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. It didn't taste terrible. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. It's not something I would 100% jump at for just the regular good old-fashioned Old Elk. But I will tell you that just getting the nose out of the bottle here, I'm pretty amped up for what this has got to bring. So let's cheers to all of you joining us. Welcome back. And if you're new to the show, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Did you pour that out of the mouth, out of the stopper?
I did not pour this out of the elk stopper. I'm sorry.
All right. I do want to highlight that we have the stopper.
Yeah, we have the actual Old Elk official elk stopper. We don't put that up because if it touches contact, it's going to go.
Oh, I was like, I'll put it in this little hole, metallic hole here, and we blow our.
And then you blow the mixer board.
All right, so just get into the chat while we cheers.
Oh wow, there's a lot of people in chat right now. Hey, what up, everybody?
Obadiah, welcome. He says, "I need a drink." Nick Cage leaving Las Vegas, right?
Absolutely.
And then Sub 1000 met Nick Cage when he was at a strip club when he was filming Leaving Las Vegas.
That's amazing. You're going to have to tell that story.
Damn. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get into this. The nose, it's kind of a weak nose. I don't get a lot. Like,
really?
I'm having a hard time getting into it. Maybe my senses here are not up to snuff.
I think that this nose is, I think it's offering a really strong bourbon presence. As in, I can smell the ethanol, and I can smell these great notes of vanilla.
What's that?
And caramel.
What's that?
Like candied apple caramel.
What's the candy bar that has toffee in it? What's that called? The like the classic.
Like a score bar?
No, close, very close. A Heath bar. I get Heath bar.
It's interesting. Yeah, a little chocolate, maybe a little milk chocolate as the sweetness. Could be. Yeah.
I get like that. Yeah, like biting into a Heath bar. And as you know, for our nose, we do left to right on your nostrils because you're going to get different scents.
It's real sweet. It's
different
real
smell. Sweet. It is definitely have a sweet nose.
All right, let's get into this.
All right, cheers again before we taste it here. Cheers, friends. Let us know what you're drinking in the chat. What are you guys drinking with us tonight? Whoa. Ooh, that is hot. That is one hot mother.
Oh, wow.
Hot as an alcohol.
Oh.
That ethanol is screaming out of that bottle.
All right. I said that Old Elk was a little
3-sip rule, as you all know we give, right? Because the first sip is the shock to your senses and palate. However, we've already been drinking a few, and that seems like I haven't been drinking in a month, and I just took a sip of something.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah. That is screaming like gasoline.
So the second sip, you should have a little bit more. Your senses are coming to order, and you're ready to enjoy the beverage. And then on the third sip, it should be good to go.
You know, there's some. I will say this: the finish on this, after that first sip, after you get through that alcohol, very sweet. Some nice like baked fruit. I'm talking like baked apple, baked peach. You know, like a baked fruit, a finish. Really nice.
I just went in for 2. Ooh, it mellows out a little bit, but man, it punches. This is like a donkey kick.
Oh, but I like it.
No, it's what are the stats again? What is this ABV? I mean, it seems super hot.
Dang.
But it's probably not.
It's 58%.
Okay, that's up there. 58%.
116 proof. I mean, this is...
Yeah, it's up there, but even so, it's packing a punch. They're not messing around.
This is great. Ooh. Yeah, this is a sipping whiskey. This is a good sipping whiskey. This is not a pound it. Like the original Old Elk, you could pound that. You could pound it.
It's a sipper. This is not for the faint of heart.
Not
for
at
the
all.
Amateur drinker. I would never tell any of you out there to give this to your first time or friends. This is for a seasoned drinker.
Remember though, this is a whiskey club pick, right?
Yes.
So this is a special pick, probably a barrel pick.
Yes, yeah, definitely
so this is
barrel pick.
This is a straight up barrel pick.
Oh, Perry, welcome.
What up, Perry? So this isn't your typical Old Elk wheated then.
Right.
So we're having a wheated barrel pick.
It's a wheated barrel pick.
This is a big deal.
It's a big boy.
Big difference.
Damn boy.
Ooh. All right, I'm going back in.
I'm going
third
back
sip
in too.
here.
Good on third sip too. Here we go.
I gave that a little Kentucky chew, by the way. It's where you swish it in your mouth. Wow. That Kentucky chew, mix that around on your palate a little bit. The wheat really comes through.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. This is...
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, this is incredible.
Here's the thing. I'm getting a lot of sweetness of like that toffee vanilla, but then I get clove, and it's a little overpowering to me. Like
that's a good spice pick out.
Taste.
Because it's not cinnamon, it's not baking spice. It's
is
straight
like
up
the one guy in the building that smokes clove, and you're like, what is that smell?
It's heat. Yeah, it's clovey. Like a clove gum, clove cigarette. It's clove.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what?
Not in a bad way. It's just, it's got that clove taste to it, right?
I still
Patrick
think...
Curry, good to see you, bud. What are you guys drinking in the chat? Let us know if you're joining us for a beverage.
Or the comments. Our comments have been very weak lately.
Yes,
light us up in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe and the
we
share.
appreciate you guys.
Ring the bell. Smash that like button. I still think the finish has this great baked fruit element. So it's like apple pie a la mode. You're getting all this great vanilla, like vanilla ice cream, vanilla beans.
I'm with you 100%. I like how
and
you
the
said that a la
toffiness
mode.
of like the baked crust, you know, like a nice buttery baked flaky crust, and then the finish is this great baked fruit with like a clove, right, where you've really spiced it correctly, but it's like clove, and it's like somebody really put a lot of good thought into this old school recipe stylings. This is incredible.
Here's the problem. Here's the big problem. You start getting into this, and then you get used to it, and then you want to start really getting into it and pound it.
I think you get into this and you get used to this.
And look at the legs on this. I know we can't really showcase this, but I have legs to the top of the glass.
Give this a swirl.
It is literally dripping like gravy on the sides of this glass.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That is thick.
Damn, boy.
That's a thick-ass boy.
That's a thick boy. Yeah, wow, this has got some legs. And you know what? Here's what's fun. Those legs aren't running either.
No, they're not running.
These legs are not running.
Staying high. They're kicking high.
Holy God.
Yeah. No, this is a sipper. I would drink this with a cigar. I think this is I would say this is very close to like a cigar malt Like,
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know if
Really?
it's sweet enough.
you think it's too delicate a little bit with the sweetness?
I think the sweetness, I think the clove is going to fight you. I think the clove is going to fight
Good
on the
point.
cigar.
Good point.
So I don't know about that pairing. Plus, I'm not a good cigar and whiskey pairer. I still believe the best beverage and cigar pairings are going to be cognacs and brandies. I think those,
Yeah.
in my opinion, have always paired a
Bit more
lot better.
delicate. Bit more
Because
delicate.
the sweetness, and you're going to bring out some of the things you lose in those delicate on the palate beverages.
I'll be
Where
honest.
This is like something you just want to sit back and you want to sit back in the evening and enjoy this.
Absolutely. Perry says Mai Tais. Listen,
Like right now, let's go.
I'm curious how this would act in a mixed beverage. I think this would be stellar in like an old fashioned. Amazing, because this has so much going on. You throw this in an old fashioned. I'm going to ask you for a little bit of that water over there to cut this bad boy, if you don't mind.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little cut.
You know, was there context to Perry's Mai Tai question?
No, he said Mai Tais clove cigars. Is this a goth party?
I mean,
Which we're wearing Hawaiian shirts, so you really can't say that.
Well,
if we were
I'm
wearing
gonna
all
say,
black and had our eyeshadow on,
Perry and
maybe.
subscriber 1000 know, and if you follow me on Instagram at Kakaskins, then you also know I just did get back from the islands. Well, you
Please
cut it
continue.
and you liked it. Wow,
cut it, please cut it.
you're giving
And
some
then-
ASMR
and then
action.
Our and BJ was representing the Barrel Buddies. And what island were you on?
It was on Oahu
Ah, well, welcome back from Oahu.
and Waikiki.
Whoa!
It was lovely. We had a nice time celebrating the wifey's birthday.
Shout out! My brother's empty apartment is still in Waikiki.
Was he in Pearl City?
He was. I don't know where in Waikiki, but I'll have to find out.
Wow. Okay, it does change.
You get a little bit of. Wait till you
The nose
taste
a
it.
little
Wait
bit.
till you taste it. I get a lot more vanilla cream. That clove gets subdued. See, there was a reaction. You catch that?
Okay. So all this tells me is, if you were to add a little club soda to this, a little water as we just did, a couple of ice cubes,
Yeah.
you are in dangerous territory with this.
You are.
You are in dangerous territory, as in you're going to continue to drink this, and you're going to continue and continue. And when you stand up, you're not going to be able to.
No, this is like a Sinatra special. This is like 2 fingers of Jack and water.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is what you just want to keep drinking this, cutting it a little bit.
Okay, now it tastes kind of like cookies. You know, like the vanilla you get in like a fortune cookie?
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of
Fortune
that.
cookie vanilla.
That fortune cookie vanilla.
And I love how you describe that, because pretty much everyone on here knows what that tastes like.
Oh,
right?
man.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
like fortune cookie vanilla. God, what is this going to tell me about my future? Whoo! I'm going to tell you, my future has lots more bottles of this in it. Good Lord.
Wow.
I just recently
So-
bought a store pick of this. I gotta pull it really quick because I want to know. I bought the Liquor World store pick,
Okay.
and now I'm really curious what that was. If this was a weeded bourbon or just their regular. So excuse me, I'm gonna pull that.
Sure. And what I want to do is, hey, Warclan, how's it going, bud? Things are good. Welcome to the show. So here's what I want to talk about is availability, right? So like I said, this is a group pick, but Old Elk out of Colorado does distro pretty widely. I've seen them at a lot of shops all over California, Nevada,
Arizona.
Utah, Arizona. So my best recommendation is get out there and see what you can find, right? I can't tell you if this is something you'll find in your area, but it's a very unique bottle, as BJ showed you. They have a lot of different variants, right? So they have that straight blend, which was that $40, mixer. This weeded is awesome. If you can find
insane.
any store pick, any single barrel option from them, I highly suggest you try it. But again, I can't vouch for who picks it, right? Because some stores let Old Elk pick it, which, sure, I guess that's okay. But if a store picks it, I don't know any of these rando stores doing their picks. Who knows if they know what they're drinking or what they're tasting?
But we'd assume that they're.
We will assume.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. This is great fodder, I think, for conversation.
Okay.
So typically, from our experience, a store or a club, because you've done this with a club before.
I've done both.
You've done it with a store and a club.
Store and a club, yeah.
Where you get sent 3 blind tasting bottles.
That's three to 5. Actually, let's say 3 to 10. It depends on the distillery.
Sure.
They'll send you samples.
And then you pick
your barrel.
And you're going to pick the thing that you think tastes the best or best represents your brand. Right. Oh man, this is super fiery, or this is super low and slow and simmery, and it's going to hit our clientele.
Yeah.
You're going to pick what tastes the best to you, and then that's what you're going to get. So obviously, if you're in the know with your liquor store, with your liquor club, with your barrel club, then you're going to be in good hands, right? If you're going to some random place, I think to your earlier point,
right.
As you said, who knows what those randos are picking? Sure, when we first rolled through Liquor Barn, shout out to Liquor Barn, just out of Prescott, Arizona. That place was magical. We didn't know what they were going to pick because we'd never been there before, but you have to assume they're picking the best tasting option that they've been provided. So I think to pick up a store pick, I feel pretty confident in telling you to do it.
Yeah, and Warclan, you ask a good question. What's the price of Old Elk in Vegas? So that's great. So what we had last week was the blend, and that was $40.
$40.
And for most of the group picks, single barrel picks that I've seen out here in Vegas, anywhere from $80, like $79.99 to $90. I'd say like $70 to $100.
How much was Hayfish?
It was like $80.
Okay, I paid $75 for what I'm about ready to show.
Okay.
This is the Old Elk Liquor World barrel pick for the straight bourbon whiskey. So this is the barrel pick of what we drank last week.
Interesting.
Which was 44% for the straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
The barrel pick is coming in at 54.15% or 108 proof.
Well, so that means that's a single barrel. That's not a blend then.
Nope, this is a barrel pick.
No, I get that, but
right?
We had a blend last week.
Right, this is not a blend.
This is not a blend. Okay.
And this is the
Siegfried and Roy pick.
Siegfried and Roy. It's great.
You're gonna have to
Tiger
go
pick.
up to the camera and show everybody.
That's why I picked this one. It's very Vegas.
So Ed Hatcher, welcome, bud. Welcome back to the show. While BJ is showing this amazing sticker, Warclan says, "Do we support the Russian vodka ban?" Absolutely. Here's the thing: we're not a vodka show under any circumstance. But I personally, focus here. Does that help? Give it a second. Like, it really doesn't want to focus to show those guys. It's not focusing.
Oh,
yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
It's called It's Great.
And it has Siegfried and Roy, and apparently it's supposed to taste like cornflakes. Shelly, welcome. You made it. Welcome to the show. All right, so back to vodka, right? So here's my thing about vodka. Just personal opinion.
We're not a vodka show.
We're not a vodka show. Vodka, in my personal opinion, is meant to taste like literally nothing. It's meant to just be a very fine alcohol that is just mellow, and you drink it, and that's it. It should have no taste whatsoever. To me, I think the whole vodka, all these different brands, it's a big gimmick personally. Do I support the Russian vodka ban? Hell yeah. We live in the United States of America. I don't even think we should be importing any of that Russian vodka from here on out. I think you should be supporting some amazing Ukrainian vodka brands such as Vector and Cosmo, or what's it called? I'm going to look it up.
And while you look that up, I'm going to tell you to support some amazing U.S. and local vodkas.
There we go.
Like Tito's. Fantastic.
Please, there you go.
And I'm going to also shout out our boy Aaron. Smoke Wagon makes an incredible vodka.
There you go.
Yeah, would you believe that? Smoke Wagon.
Core, Khor, is another one. So anyway, Shout out to our friends at the Stakeout Bar. They have gotten rid of all their Russian vodka.
Have they? All right.
Props to them.
Whoa,
we
Tom.
have our shout out to Tom and our friends at the Stakeout Bar here by the UNLV.
Go check out
University of Nevada,
Stakeout
Las
when you're in
Vegas,
town, guys.
on Maryland Parkway.
We love them.
Yeah,
It's America.
no.
Do what you want.
But don't drink Russian
America.
vodka. Not here. You want to drink that? Go over there.
Plus, there's Polish vodka, which I've always
some
thought
amazing
Polish vodka
potato
to me was
vodka.
like the tip,
Chopin.
was like the tip of vodka was supposed to be Polish
Yeah,
vodka.
exactly.
That's
exactly.
just sorry. That's what I've been always told.
Listen, I want to bring back that like intensity of like the 80s and like that Cold War America where like
Why would you
like,
want to bring that back?
No, what I mean is like our patriotism, right? Like towards brands, and we were like Russia. Ugh,
All right, freedom fries.
Anyway.
The chat is blowing up. What did you do?
No, the chat's fine.
What did you do?
The chat's fine. Sub 1000 says Stakeout's the best. Yeah, it is. Anyway, where are we at? What are we doing here?
The score. Let's get into
Let's
some
get into the
score.
score. Let's get into the score. I'm going to ask you if you could hand me the bottle so I can pour myself another.
Well, that bodes well for the score.
And if you could hand me the elk, please.
Absolutely.
As you all see, I have the elk
Pour out
here.
of the elk there. Did we clean the elk from the last show?
It's alcohol. Of course it's clean.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take us off here with the nose.
Look at this. Look at this. And watch the pour.
I'm all stopped
Watch
up.
the
I came back
pour.
to Vegas, and I'm all stopped up. Everything's so good. Okay. So with the nose, I think it smells super sweet. It's got an excellent sweet smell. Good hints of vanilla, good hints of toffee. There is an excellent, strong backbone of ethanol that gives it a really good bourbon smell. I think that when you get this into your nostrils, when you bring this up to your palate here, you know you're getting into something that is big, something that is not to be messed around with, and something that should be extraordinarily pleasant. And so for that, I'm giving this a 2.
So as you all know, we do going over our rating system. We rate on 3 categories. We rate on the nose or the smell, the taste, and value. We give it a 0 to 3. Half-point increments are allowed for a total of 9 out of 10. And then you have 1 potential blown away bonus for
We could give it a 0
score of 10.
Yep.
We could give it a 0.
We could give it a 0. 0 means we hate it. 1 means it's okay.
Just to give you a little
2
context
is good.
on the nose.
3, it's amazing.
I'm giving the nose a 1.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan of the
I
nose.
was not a fan of the nose. I think that it took a while for me to even get anything, and I just get a little bit of vanilla. It's super faint. I don't think the nose, and I'll explain when we get to taste why it kind of throws me off, but before we tasted it, I was like, this might not be good, so I'm giving the nose a 1. I just think that
It's fair. It's fine.
for what we've poured over the course of 75 shows now and what we drink in our off time, there's been some bottles when you pull the wrapper off and you crack that cork and you're just like, whoa, before you even pour it, you're blown away. And that's my kind of frame of reference. So this just gets a 1, and this is kind of meh to me, which I don't know how you improve that, right? I'd like, if anybody knows, like, how do you improve the nose?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You improve it by cutting it, because just again, I did it. I poured a little bit more.
Oh, do you mind?
I poured a little
Thank
bit
you.
more.
Okay.
And took another taste, and I was like, man, yeah, that's hot mother. And then just add a little bit of a cut, and then that nose sings. I mean, it just comes back to it's like sweet corn, cream corn, candy corn. It's so good.
So can I start us off with the taste?
Please do lead us back.
Taste gets a 3.
Wow,
I love
for
this.
you. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Okay, tell me why.
I'm giving
Tell
it
me
a
why.
3. At first, I was completely thrown off because it literally just punches you in the whole senses. Like all of your senses are shook up.
Yeah.
But then you get into it, and you get used to it. It gets way more pleasant, and it's like that vanilla liquid Heath bar.
Oh yeah.
Cream, clove. I love clove cigarettes. I probably should have not admitted that. But I think this is solid, and I'm giving it a 3. I think it's really tasty. I enjoy this. I want it in a cocktail. It tastes really good cut. It hits all those points for me as to what I personally would give a 3.
Awesome.
It's a wheater. It's sweet. It's good. Vanilla. Tasty. Love it. 3.
Awesome. Yeah.
What do you give it for the taste?
So...
I know, and think about it, because I just came out of the gate swinging with that 3.
You did. So I got to think about this objectively, right? Objectively.
And do you want to think about it for a second while I get to some of the chat? Or do you want to just jump
get
right in?
into the chat.
Okay, because we got some people here. AT, welcome. And then Obadiah says, what do you guys recommend for some smooth drinking on the 17th? Oh.
We're going to show you. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're going to show you
what
our
will
17th pop open is. But we do have some recommendations.
We do. We have a lot. And then I think we're going to open up maybe like a heavy hitter and a couple recommendations. But I will tell you right now, if you need to like maybe save up some shekels for that.
And you do.
And I'll throw some recommendations out there right now.
You should just not buy Jamie or tell him more.
Green spot, yellow spot, blue spot if you can find it, red breast, any of the years. Those are your Irish whiskey winners for the 17th. I'm flat out telling you right now.
Yeah. We're going to talk.
We'll talk on a future show, because right now we're talking Old Elk. But just keep those in mind.
We'll give you some recommendations.
You want to save up, $50 every paycheck, for the next couple weeks or whatever.
You should.
So, and I'm not saying those are expensive, but save $20 or whatever.
It depends on where you get it. What else we got?
Yeah, what else? That's really what we got. Redbeard says red breast cask strength for St. Patty's Day. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Why don't you grab that tube that's to the left
at
of
the
you?
end. At the end, I'm going to give.
I'm sorry. Please
got to
go
give my
into your
score
taste.
here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be open with my taste. I think before the cut, I would have given it a 2. With the cut, I'm giving it a 2.5.
Okay, so what do you want to say though overall? Because
I'm going to give it the higher score,
higher one, so
and
2.5.
so I'm going to give it a 2.5 because it is what it is, right? And so adding water to it, I would add ice cubes to it, and it'd still be what it is. I think it's a 2.5. I'm just going to go back to what I said earlier about that pie reference, that pie a la mode, vanilla ice cream, flaky buttery crust, a nice lingering end finish of baked. Of baked fruit, that spicy clove, because it's not cinnamon, right? It's not a warming baking spice. It's very poignant. It's very punchy. That spice is very poked, and so I think it's a 2.5. I think it's great. I like this a lot.
I would not. No. Let me rephrase this. I would put this on the short list for our first barrel pick.
Yeah, I would. And they do a lot of them, but I definitely would. I want to get in on that.
Yeah, because I think that it hits the price point.
Oh yeah,
that $70 to $100 price point for a single barrel. And right now, what I'm experiencing, I am really looking forward to what else they offer. Like,
sure,
jumping in on like a single barrel tasting experience. Wow, I would. Great. We need to talk to Old Elk. Maybe this could be our first dip.
Hey, Greg Metz, we're gonna have a conversation.
We're gonna have a little chat.
So
value.
I'll lead us back on value.
Please.
So
there we go.
We said $90 for this bottle.
Yeah, let's say 90.
I think. So we paid $40 for the original.
$40 for the original. This is double plus a little more.
Because it was I
mean, that was what, 88 proof? Pick. That was an 88 proof, the first one.
It was a group pick. I'm going to give this
a group pick. So you got to think, it's got a little bit of a premium on it, premium price point.
Right, and because you're paying for stickers and you're paying for the ability to get it and bring it. And listen,
you're the driver, sub 1000 of that bus, by the way, the short bus.
Oh.
Please continue.
Bring us in on that one. Listen, I have not had anything that Whiskey Slickers has ever put out.
Yep.
That's not just total fire.
Well, yeah, think about Maker's Mark, right?
Just total fire. Everything that they've put out.
And Old Alf.
Old Alf. We should talk about Old Alf. I freaking love that. Everything they put out has been amazing. I think in the value category, it's hard because I do want to try that store pick, and that might be what we do next week. Honestly, we might have to change up our stuff a little bit, but
I'll do another Old Elk show.
I'm ready to commit to 2.5 on that. I would pay it. I'd pay it because I'm that guy and I'm into hypey FOMO-y things.
These stickers.
I love the good stickers.
That's a great sticker.
And I love Whiskey Slickers and what Mary does. So I mean, this is really hypey, and this is one of those FOMO-y things. And obviously, it's hard for the rest of you viewing to say, "Oh, it would be worth it to me." But I think that for any group single barrel pick like this, at $90 to get something that's 116 proof, I'd 2.5.
I'm with you. I'm going to absolutely agree. I also give it a 2.5. I think for all those points that you stated, I look at what's in that price range of $70 to $100, and this is right up there at the top of the list.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it's got the complexity. It can hold its own in a cocktail. It can hold its own cut. It's really solid, guys. And I would. There's a few people in the chat that I think will need to partake in some of this.
Yeah,
so we'll talk about that.
We're going to
friends.
talk about some Boston Browns.
Some Boston Browns. We'll talk about that. So
yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, in that same price category, for a pour of this, if you said, hey, you could have, and this is, I guess, how I would put my value. Like when I was running it in my head, how did I determine that value? Because we get that question a lot. I get that in email a lot. Value, you guys are out of your head. You guys have no reference. Well, let me tell you about my point of reference.
Wrong, and I'll give you a point of reference when you're done with yours.
Because I'm not talking about. We talk about it a lot on the show, about how we talk about the Old Elk or how we put a bottle up against another bottle, and we talk a lot about that. But if I had an Old Elk for $90, an Antique 107, and let's just pick one other. Let's throw a...
I'm going to throw something out you right now of what you want to compare it to.
Sure.
Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Sure, yeah, okay. A Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Which, think about it.
A high proofed.
We're excuse me. We're comparing a distillery that opened up 10-ish years ago to Jack frickin' Daniel's.
Yeah, in Colorado, right?
In Colorado.
A distillery from Colorado.
A distillery in Colorado.
Fort Collins, no less. Someplace that is not known
That's
for its
kind of a
distilling.
big deal. Like, if you're that distillery and you're already comparing it against heavy hitters that have been around for 100+ years.
Yeah, I'm talking about Buffalo Trace and Jack Daniels, two of the most iconic, right? And then I'm talking in my head, right? I'm talking about if I'm at a steakhouse, like if I'm at a bar in a steakhouse, all of those pours are going to be approximately the same cost.
Exactly.
Right? They're going to run me about
around,
$15 to $19.
I was going to say, well, like $15 to $25, depending on where you're at. But ish.
So let me ask, the question is, if I could pay $19 for all of those, would I pay $19 for an Old Elk versus one of those others? And I'm like, man, $19 for an Antique 107 or $19 for an Old Elk group pick barrel proof. What am I going to pick? Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. So yeah, 2.5. It's really close to being a 3. I would be really close to being like, no, I'm not drinking Weller.
This is close to me hitting it out of the ballpark with a 3. So
barking dogs.
I don't know. We got barking dogs and
what the heck's going on out there?
Anyway, we got the neighbor's dog running up on the house here.
What the
anyway,
heck?
Sorry, we digress. So, solid. What's your total score then? Give us your total score.
So that's a 2.5, a 2.5, and a 2 for a total of a 7 out of 10, which is very respectable. 7 is a go-getter.
Yeah. Is that...
That's a go-getter.
Any blown-away bonus?
A weeder heater.
Heater.
Ooh, I'm close. I'm really close to saying I'm blown away because I am. I'm super blown away, especially after just trying regular Old Elk last week. This one really knocks my socks off. I mean, it really does.
And you can give an incremental blown away bonus if you'd like. What was your total score?
A 7.
Maybe you leave it at that.
I think I'm going to. I don't have a place that... I mean, I'm blown away. I don't have a place that I would necessarily put it. I'm blown away. I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to kind of go back to that store pick and kind of see where we're at. And I'd really like to try a regular weeded and see where we are with that. But yeah, 7.
So I'm 6.5, my total score, which is very close to yours. I'm going to give it a half-point blown away bonus.
Oh, all right.
We're going to have a 7 and 7 and 7.
Okay.
And again, I think that for a young distillery, this is what they're putting out. Like, these guys aren't like taking
Yeah.
other juice
Yeah.
from other distilleries and, finagling it in some way. Like they're distilling it, they're aging it, and this is what they're putting out. Guys, go look for some Old Elk and report back, please.
Dang.
We both are giving it 7s out of 10s. For us, that's a go-getter.
That's a go-getter.
BJ
You gotta
said,
go
that's
get
a
it.
go-getter. Redbeard, it was good seeing you. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining.
We're meeting some fans tomorrow night.
We are meeting some fans tomorrow night.
Pretty excited about that. If you're ever in town, that's just a reminder to reach out
Vegas.
because
We're here in Vegas.
we'll see you in Vegas anytime.
Anytime.
Going back to Obadiah's question,
Please
some
do.
recommendations.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull a couple here.
Yeah, please do. We're going to pull... So now that kind of wraps up our review, but now we're going to pull some recommendations for St. Paddy's Day coming up. WarClan's asking, have you guys tried Pappy 15? I have not. So I've had 23. I've had Pappy 23, Old Rip 10, Lot B, and pretty much most of the other B tax. But I haven't had 15, believe it or not. I do hear, though, that my friends that have had it prefer the 15 over the 23 because of the oakiness and the dry, barrel characteristics. There you go. So anyway, first one on deck, we got a little bit of Redbreast 15. So that's a solid winner. So Glenallachie, potentially, but I mean, is more of a Scotch, but it is Billy Walker. If Redbeard was still here, he would vouch for that.
Yeah, he definitely would.
If you can find Glenallachie, it's not going to be easy.
It's a tough one to find, but if you find it, get it.
And then let's show. I don't have a yellow spot or green spot.
No.
They're in boxes.
But for those of you that have stuck around, then you get to see what our St. Patrick's Day episode's going to be on. All thanks to James and his hunting skills.
Yeah, I hunted. I was able. I did a hot lap down in Southern California on Saturday, a one-day trip.
Hide your face. It's not working.
Forget it.
It's a
because
blue
it's cylindrical.
Sorry, it's a blue spot.
A little blue spot.
A little blue spot.
So look for blue spot, yellow spot, green spot. Irish whiskeys, 7-year-old. This is the 7-year-old. They drink like butter, is what I'm going to say right now. They're fantastic. So
you don't have to stick to just Jamie.
You don't have to stick
Dew.
to dog duty like Tullamore Dew and Jamie.
I like Tullamore Dew though.
There's some Jamies I like, depending.
There you go. Well, that's the show.
That's the show, guys. Any last minute questions in the chat? Hit us up. We have some big shows coming up. We got St. Paddy's Day coming up. We have. What else do we have?
That's it.
That's really it.
So we have ended the show.
We have ended the show. So Uncle Punky says we need Zach back. We will get Zach back.
We know.
We
need him back.
We need him back.
Tell Zach, write him an email at, what is it? thebarrelbuds@gmail.com.
Thebarrelbuds@gmail.com. You can send Zach a message that
Please
you missed
send Zach
him and want him back on the show.
message.
So,
because he doesn't believe us.
yep. And then
He's
Obadiah
working.
says, this is great. So he says, thanks, Barrel Buddies, for taking the time to answer my questions. He has to thank Greg for introducing him to us.
Oh.
So thank you. Hopefully you join us on Wednesdays.
And thanks to Greg for introducing you to us as well.
Right. And we can't wait to have Greg back on. Guys, every time he leaves the show, he hits us up and he's like, I can't wait to come back. Like we probably, if he wasn't as a busy person as he was,
he might be here all the time.
We could have him here every week, but that guy is like one of the busiest people we know. So.
As you all know.
As you all know. And chasing those markets. So anyways, for the Barrel Buddies, I'm James.
And I'm still on vacation. Good night.
BJ.